Hello, it's Friday. Holy moly. Let's see. Look at that. Okay. Alright, this is good. Turn that off. And we didn't, you know what? Not even gonna put it out into words, because it might jinx it. I thought it and jinxed it. It's fine. I was gonna say, we're starting with 0 dropped frames. And then as soon as I said that, it shot up to fucking 16 all of a sudden. 30 seconds. Oh, wait a minute, it's nighttime. For some reason, I forgot where I was. It was only just last night. Real quick, I want to go... I might not be able to... Can I go in here? I can. Where's the bar? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So, yeah, this is fine. I just wanted to put something on because I have to, I'm not like starving, but clearly what I had this morning could have been a little bit more substantial because I am hungry, so I am just gonna I try my best not to eat right into the goddamn mic. But in the meantime, do I have water in here? Yes, I do. It occurred to me that last time we didn't... So because we didn't actually come across anything to do with whatever's going on with Moses quite yet, I don't remember if we've seen other dogs like Gate. But the fact that the one that showed up looked like him, just with a different color scheme, nobody reacted to it, so I'm guessing that means that maybe we've seen that type of dog breed before as like a monster, and Moses just has, you know, he probably like raised him from when he was small, so he's not worried about it. Although, I guess we'll see what happens when his story comes up, but... There we go. I'll break this into smaller pieces and then I'll just reach over and have some for now and then now. That was good. One more. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. It's funny how once you start getting into being active more, suddenly your body's like, you know, you could really do with some more. It would probably be good if you did. And you're like, really? Well, if you say so. Ah, shit. Graveyard. That's where we're going. We're going to the graveyard. So oh, you know what? I completely forgot to check the, well, I'm certainly not checking it now. I forgot to check the VOD from last night to see if anything, like, looked the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I meant to do it in the morning, but, so, after stream, I meant to just take care of a few things and then, you know, get comfortable and pass out, like usual. Like usually what happens on a week. Oh boy, dear Lord. On a weekday night, where I have to actually still work in the morning. But I don't know. I got into a sort of contemplative mood.
再び出会うことなど私は望んでいなかったのに
I'll try to remember my thought for after we get through all these cutscenes.
敵討ちに向かう気持ちなどすっかり薄れてしまっていたのになぜあなたは私の前に姿を見せた知らなければ何も知らなければ平和な日々を過ごすことができたのに知ってしまった以上平然と毎日を生きることなどできない私の体にはこんなにもどうしようもなく憎しみが染みついているんだな
こんな時間に女が一人歩きか金目のもの持ってそうだな素直に渡せば命までは取らないぜ
素直に金品を渡していれば命散らすこともなかった
それ以上口を開かずに引け私はお前のような人間が嫌いだ
それで脅してるつもりか
今の私は機嫌が悪い命の保証はしないぞ
悪かった俺が間違ってた
初めに忠告したはずだ
待ってくれ命だけはやめてくれ命だけは助けてくれなんだこれやめろ来るな
お前は目障りだ
待ってくれ俺が悪かっただから
Everyone's so big until you're about to get your head chopped off.
本当に目障りなやつだ
やめろ
なぜ止めた
Also, real quick, are people unaware of, like, them as a group? They did basically save not only the legacy from being like completely taken over and people being ousted from it, but also the continent. Basically, like they saved the continent from being sunk right into the fucking ocean, as it were. I'm not sure how. Can you sink a continent? That sounds weird to say, but I've never considered, like, what is the destructive force needed to be able to sink a continent? Does that make any sense even? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Either way, you'd think that they would probably have their names and faces out there by now. And so, I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe a bandit is just like, I don't read newspapers. I'm, busy smoking crack or whatever, whatever they do on the Legacy when you're a bandit and you're not part of Moses' crew, who, uh...
殺す必要はないだろう。
金銭目当てに人を襲う輩だ。同情の余地はない。
殺されて当然だと言いたいのか。
違うのか。クロエさん。
お前おかしいぞ。話を聞いてなかったり、あんな雑魚にイラついたり。原因はオルコットさんだろ。気がつかないとでも思ったか。お前は誰よりも早く剣を抜いた。それは魔物がいたからじゃない。オルコットさんを切ろうとしたからだ。
本当なんですか？
Wait a minute, you weren't in on it? You didn't know?
入れ墨なら俺も見た。あの入れ墨が両親の仇の証か。
こんな日が来るならクーリッチに話すんじゃなかった。
クロエ。一人で抱え込みやがって。
お兄ちゃん、クロエさんは。
クロエは両親の敵討ちをするために遺跡戦にやってきたんだ。
そうだったんだ。
Why are you letting her just walk away?
お互いの事情を知った今、私たちはもっと協力し合えるはずだ。
お兄ちゃん？
クロエが前に言った言葉だ。話さなければよかったなんて、そんな風に思われてたまるか。
うん、そうだ。
仲間と協力することの意味を俺はクロエたちに教えられたんだからな。
お兄ちゃん、起きて。
もう少し寝かせてくれ。
クーリッチ、起きろ。
背の字、朝じゃ。
うるさい。
セネル君、朝よ。
セネル、朝だ。いいか。
断る。
セネルちゃん、朝よ。起きてお姉さんといいことしましょう。起きろ
うわ
冷めた？
なんだノーマか。
なんだとはなんだ。ほらさっさと起きる。のんびりしてる場合じゃないよ。とにかく病院。
エルザの身に何か？
無理が体に応えたみたいで体調がすんごく悪いの。
分かった、すぐに行こう。
That was a weird fucking noise in my right headphone. I was wondering why it was keeping us outside the door for that cutscene. And everybody's voices sounded a little off, except for a couple of them. Like, her mimicking Jay was actually pretty good. Also mimicking Groon. I wonder if the voice actress actually did that. Oh, son of a bitch, I hate it when it does that. Because if so, that would be pretty funny. I like to hear about what voice actors get up to when they're recording, because there's a lot of just, you know, getting down to business, right? But depending on like how much time you have and the production, you know, and I guess how much time, not just you have. Whoa, wait a minute, where does this go? Where does this lead? Oh? Hey, cool. Okay, I'd never even found this. It's like the... Well, I don't know if they actually had the time for this or not, if he was just... This was just his way. Shit. Where am I going? Hospital. But, the guy who played, Griffith in the Berserk anime, and all of the fantastic outtakes from him, you know, people have, since, you know, years past, other than just, like, hearing the bloopers themselves, but they've also talked on it, and they're like, yeah, it was a lot of fun, you know. It didn't, like, it's still, you got a job to do, but it's one of those times where, because of the people you're doing it with, it doesn't feel like you're doing a job. I went the completely wrong way. I thought I was getting better at navigating this place, but the this stamp. Wait, I keep suddenly I had to sneeze a whole bunch, and so now it's gonna just bother me for however long until it finally goes away. The hospital is like tucked into a little corner, and I always forget where it is. I usually end up finding it by accident. Okay, it's gotta be up here, right? Up here and to the left? Yes, there we go. And I'm gonna sneeze again, son of a bitch.
セネ連れてきたよ。
エルザの容体は？
かなり悪いらしい。
普段飲んでいる薬ではもう間に合わない。今のエルザの体力では病気を抑えるのは不可能だ。
どうすりゃいいのよ。
病気を根源から断つ必要がある。
そのための薬は用意できるんですか？
調合することは可能だが、まだ材料が足りない。最近は 魔物の凶暴化もあってなかなか取りに行けないでいる。
必要なものを教えてくれ。私が取りに行く。
俺たちも一緒に行くぞ。
しかしそれでは君たちを危険な目に遭わせることになる。
俺たちの心配はいい。今はエルザのことだけ考えるべきだ。
ありがとう。必要な材料は雲の眉と帰らず草の2つだ。
どこに行けば手に入るんだ？
地のモニュメントにいる雲には眉を作る習性がある。
ウィル、わかるか？
わかるにはわかるが、数の少ない魔物だ。
帰らず草はその名が示すように帰らずの森にある。
二手に分かれよう。俺たちは地のモニュメントで雲の眉を探す。
ならば帰らず草は私が取りに行こう。
エルザさんのそばにいてあげなくていいんですか？
状況は切迫している。やむを得ん。
俺たちも急ごう。
みんなに声かけなくちゃね。
I don't know what the fuck people are talking about when they're like, oh, sneezes are good. Sneezing is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. Also, for a second, I thought, son of a bitch. I thought he meant we'll split up as a team, like us. And I was gonna like, oh. So does that mean that I'm going to be forced to use some characters that normally I don't get the chance to use because usually I use the same little setup of people? But no, it's just him. He's gonna go off on his own. I figured it probably would. You know what? This game probably could have used a little bit of that here and there. Of, okay, some people are gonna go off and do... Like, I mean, I guess we had some of that a little bit. But at some point, you get basically everybody, and then you just have them. And you don't really have to worry about it. Which is fine. Because I know that there's a lot of times, so like, let's say, yeah, I don't think there's anything new here. For Final Fantasy VI, there was I think in particular, when we got separated by Mr. Octopus Ultros, and you know, some of us ended up in the Veld and others ended up at... Where did the rest of the team end up at? Was that where the opera scene happens? They end up like in a town and then they take part in the opera. It's been a long time. I actually can't remember. I probably should play that again at some point. And maybe look and see if there's like a good... How do I want to say this? If there's like a optimal way to go through the game without having to think too much about grinding, because that would just make it a little bit... Or I could just grind off stream too, and then that's just a thing that I wouldn't have to like think about while I'm doing it, because like as much as I love RPGs, and I do definitely want to stream many RPGs despite how long some of them are, you know, clearly with this, but nah, that's fine. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, the Earth Monument. We go up We go up to the elevator. For some reason, I was like, oh, I gotta go over the tube. But, yeah, it's... I would probably still like to avoid any RPGs that are a little too grindy. Unless they're just, like, fantastically written. And I absolutely want that story to be, like, I want to experience that on stream and have an archive of it, you know. Oh, we just have everybody. For some reason, I thought maybe we were meeting up with them, because I didn't see everybody there. I'm trying to think of the last game where I felt like I really had to... I really ended up having to grind. And it was a little annoying.
ほら、あの子よあの子、バレンス家の現当主。
本当に子供なんだな。バレンス家は大丈夫なのか。俺ならあの家には使いたくない。
そんなこと言ったらかわいそうよ。頑張ってるんだから。ほら、背伸びしてるのがなんだか可愛らしいじゃない？
まるでおままごとじゃないか。
バレンス家のお取り潰しが決まったそうですよ。
所詮子供の投資ではな。こうなると思っていたよ。
歴史あるバレンス家も幕切れはあっけないものですわね。
私のせいじゃない。私は頑張ってきたもの。みんなうるさい。みんなうるさいよ。父様が死んだのも母様が死んだのも私のせいじゃない。全部あいつが悪い。あの男が全てを奪った。許さない。私はこんな思いをさせたあの男を私は絶対に許さない。あの日私は決めたんだ。憎しみを心に刻みつけたんだ。くじけぬように忘れぬように。けど私は殺し誰かを悲しませたいわけじゃない。
クロエ、
ちゃんと聞こえている。私は大丈夫だ。
説得力がないぞ。今はエルザの病気を治すことだけを考えてやらないか。
クーリッチ、
エルザのこと助けたいだろう。
当然だ。何としても病気を治してやりたい。
それでいい。早くみんなに追いつこう。
Yeah, actually, Chloe's backstory is a lot more sad than I remember, even. Well, I guess we didn't know anything about like, we knew that at some point she talked about her parents, but we didn't realize, like, the aftermath was also, you know, not even just like the act itself, but the aftermath of having people be like, yeah, look at her trying her best, and it's, you know, it's kind of pathetic. And it's like, fuck you. Like, what do you expect me to do? Oh, I need to change up my, my formation. I didn't think about it. It's like, that would make anyone furious. Son of a bitch, I was fine all day, and then all of a sudden. Having a bunch of weird issues. Okay. Surely. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Oh, hey. Oh boy, I love a radish. Whoa. You know what's interesting when you work with a lot of older people for your as like a team, you know, it's not like not necessarily like as customers or as the public, but like they're the older people on your team of whatever it is you do. People really do have a tendency to, and I guess it's probably not just older people, but so this is wrong. This is not the right one. I needed to go up a little bit more, I think. Great. They really have a tendency to completely forget what stories they've told, and then they tell them again, and again, and again, many times over the years that you work with them, and you're, you know, talking to them about whatever. A lot of times it's, so here I'll give a good example. I have a coworker that calls me fairly frequently, and then we talk about work mostly, but every once in a while it's also just bitching about other people who are doing this thing or that thing. And then I think they've told me the story about oh, maybe I'm wrong. So this is the beach that makes you old. I swore the Earth monument was right next to it, like right immediately to the left. But that was green. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's down. Maybe it's like the second one down. But anyway, so I think she's told me about this. Oh, of course now I'm blanking on the story because there's been multiple ones. It was basically something that happened in the office, which, you know, obviously I don't want to like name names or anything like that, but it was this person in the office who was sort of ridiculous. Like, as a person, they were a little ridiculous. And they've told this story to me, I don't know how many times over the, oh boy, like almost decade now that I've, maybe a little bit less than that, but you know, getting pretty close there, that I've known them and have worked with them as far as like a job goes. Oh, I need to do a status fix on some people. I didn't even realize that this was here. And every time they start the story, it's like, we had this person, and it's like, yeah, you know, the one that did this thing and that thing, and they're like, yeah, and then they and then they proceed to tell it, even though clearly I know the story already, because I was able to recite the story back to them very, you know, what's the word? Briefly, you know, summed it up. And then it was like, no, I'm just gonna keep going. Keep telling you about it. Because I've already started. You can't stop the train when it started. Okay, where the hell? I'm gonna be telling you about this story about the coworker who was ridiculous 20 years ago, and you're gonna like it. So yeah, that's a pretty funny thing. I guess it's just and I say that's like a problem with older people. I guess it would probably be a problem with anybody who's got like I don't know, is it even like a memory thing, or is it just sometimes you search for something to mention or to relate to a thing that's happening in the moment? And if you don't have a whole lot to pull from, you'll end up just going, okay, well, I remember this time, so I guess I'll do that one. But then you don't think about how I think I've told this story before, you know. So sometimes it'll be like, okay, 4 months have passed, and then somehow we have the same conversation again because the same problems are coming up all the time, because that's just how like office stuff works, right? People have the same problems almost universally. Like there's, you know, there's always that guy in the office or whatever. I feel like that's a very universal feeling where it's just like, oh yeah, there's this person, man, I can't stand them. Then they do this, and I'm constantly having to pick up the slack because they don't know what they're doing, and it's like, oh yeah, we got one of those, and it's like, oh, you got one of those too? Yeah, we got one of those. And it's like, I don't know how they get anything done, to be frank. And it's like, yep, yeah, we got one of those. That's how it feels. I am flabbergasted that somehow I completely whiffed where this damn monument is. You know what? It's gonna be something really dumb, like, oh, that is where it was, but now it's like all green and nice because of whatever actions that we did. Actually, did we plant a... You know what? I am gonna go back there. I am 100% gonna go back there, because now that I think about it, did Groot plant a seed there? No, it didn't even have the same architecture. That doesn't make any sense. Man, I'm really gonna be spending a lot of time just running around today. Did I get this? Oh, okay, you fixed it. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I did get completely sidetracked earlier with the cutscene. Last night I got into whatever sort of contemplative mood, and instead of doing what I set out to do, I feel like what's happened here is that I've... No. I guess I'm just gonna make a loop around. I'm just gonna make a loop around because I don't know where I'm going. I feel like the orientation is wrong. But anyway, I got into some sort of weird contemplative mood, and so I ended up taking one of my pipes off the stand and having myself some tobacco, and I was like, this is fine. Normally I don't do this late at night, but I'm sitting here just thinking about stuff. Ended up watching some video about whatever, a couple of things. One of them was just you know, whatever YouTube slop, right? Guilty pleasure stuff. And then one of them was this video about there's like a new coffee company in well, I guess they're not new, but there's a coffee company in China that's becoming very popular. I don't remember what it's like. It's something with a W. I can't remember how they pronounce the name, but and so, you know, but it was another one of those, like, I watched it just because I'm interested in some of the hardware on that stuff, even if I probably am never gonna buy one of those crazy expensive machines myself, because my my $400-something cafe latte robot makes better espresso than most of the stuff that I've had. And this is the yellow one, right? Yeah, that's the yellow one. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? Because I don't want to get completely bogged down. Where is Holy Bottle? There we go. I swear I went the... I'm just running around and running around now. It makes better espresso than some of the espresso I've had in actual coffee shops. So I don't really have a good reason to want to get one of those espresso machines that are like $1,500 and they do all the bells and whistles, and you can connect it to the internet so that you can, you know, download a bunch of different profiles. You know, sounds cool. Probably would never end up using any of that. I would, like, find a thing that I liked, and then I would just stick with it. Most likely. So, even if I ended up, like, even if someone got it for me as a gift, I feel like it would be wasted on me. Because as long as what comes out is good, I feel like I'm not all that interested in doing a whole bunch of experimentation. Okay, well that's the blue one. Eventually I'll find it. I'll make a big circle around and I'll find it. But yeah, because of that, I ended up going to sleep a whole lot later than I expected to. And surprisingly, I didn't actually like oversleep or anything. Although I'm probably more tired now for it than I normally would have been. But I want to say I fell asleep at, I don't know, let's say like 11:30, give or take. And then I think I woke up about 4 to 4:30, which is sort of usual for me. Not the timing. I don't normally only sleep like 4 or 5 hours. A lot of times I do get like 7. But No, this is. I swear it's here. It was supposed to be here. Did I do all this running around for no reason? I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna see what happens. But, a lot of times I'll end up falling asleep at... It depends on the day. So, clearly, depending on if it's a Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna be going... there's gonna be a minimum of what I'm gonna be awake for anyway. But on like other days, I feel like this has to be it. It is the Earth Monument. What happened to all the sand?
ねえウィルッチ、目的の魔物ってどんなやつ？
ダンダラチュラの亜種で数が少ない珍しい魔物だ。
凶暴な性格なんですか？
いや、比較的おとなしい。こちらから手を出さない限り襲っても来ないはずだ。
温厚な魔物ちゃんなのね。
モーゼスさんにノーマさん、魔物を刺激しないでくださいよ。
モーゼと一緒にするな。
人前に出てこないなら奥まで行く必要があるな。
早く探し出してエルザの元に戻ろう。
What was that weird noise that was happening? But, I swear to God, this used to be like a bunch of sand. I'm so frustrated at the... I can't believe I walked around for that. Am I misremembering? Was the sand one the, Yeah, because I remember these not happening at the very first one. So, is the one that I'm thinking of the one in, like, the absolute bottom left instead from the beach that makes you old? That's very frustrating. But, I usually... What I meant was, I usually end up waking up at, between 4 and 5 anyway, no matter what time I go to bed. Unless I end up passing out really, really early. Which usually ends up happening on, like, the weekends. Then I'll sometimes wake up 2:30, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Oh. Hey, it's what's her face?
Mimi さんの理想の男性ってどんな人なんですか？
That's what it was. It was Mimi.
優しくて頼りがいがあって小生のことを大切にしてくれる人パン。ほっほう。何より忘れちゃいけないのが朝昼晩と小生の作ったパンをずーっと食べ続けてくれる人パン。あんた一生結婚できないわ。どうしてパン？
それを俺たちに聞き返すからだ。
ひどいパン。小生いじめられてるパン。覚えとけパン。 ンに乗った王子様、どこにいるんだパ
そんな奴はいない。
Oh, hey, churros. God, I haven't had a churro in ages. Absolutely ages.
全然いないじゃないさ。ビルチ、どういうこと？
数が少ないと言っておいただろ
もっと奥まで行かないとダメなのかもしれませんね。
そこらにおる雲の眉で代用できんのか？
モーゼスさんってつくづくバカですね。
よし、チームをとりあえず殴らせろ。
う。毎度のことながらお前たちは黙っていろ。
なんで僕まで。
こんな時はあの手で行くしかないわね。どの手ですか？キートン、野生の花で魔物を探すのよ。
ギートならいませんけど。
ちょっとモースケ、これどういうこと？いないならいないって最初に言っておいてよね。
How do you not notice he's huge?
ワイのせいじゃなかろう。
ギートは一緒じゃないんですか？
シャボン娘にこき使われるのはかわいそうじゃからの。置いてきたわ。
今頃オルコットちゃんは帰らずの森かしらね。
オルコットちゃん。
I was gonna say, I was like Arnie.
クロエちゃん、怖い顔してどうかしたの？モースケがふざけてるから怒ってるんでしょ？
うん、聞いてる。
嘘くさ。
エルザのことが心配で心ここにあらずなのかもしれん。
だったらちゃっちゃと眉見つけないとね。
今はエルザのことだけを考えるんだ。そう決めたじゃないか。決めたのにどうしても別のことを考えてしまう。私はいつもそうだ。
お嬢様、本当によろしいのですか？
いい。
このようにお美しい髪を。
いいと言っている。
申し訳ありません。決意なされているのでしたね。
私は騎士になる。バレンス家にふさわしい騎士に。
はい、お嬢様。
父様と母様の無念を私が必ず晴らしてみせる。
お嬢様なら必ずや成し遂げると信じております。それでは切ります。
こんなにも明確に 自分の気持ちを覚えてる。憎しみはここにあるんだ。
来ないと置いてくよ。
It... You did leave her behind. How many of these flags am I gonna get? Wait, did I check the cut? Yeah, no, I did. I checked the... Did that say he's diva? It's probably supposed to be his diva, but it looks like he's diva, which is kind of funny. Whoa. Also, in her story, when we were learning about her before, did she mention that her house was like she was very wealthy? I don't know if that ever came up. Just because someone says they're from the house of, you know, so-and-so, doesn't necessarily mean that... Wait a minute, red sage? I think that's one of the customization ingredients that I need. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. I think it is. That'll be nice. I'm getting a lot of stuff here. I wonder if this is how you're supposed to be getting some of the customization items, is going through all these monuments again. Because everything, respawns. I can't imagine she's going to just let Stingle go without some sort of confrontation. She's not going to be able to let it go. So I just wonder what form is that confrontation going to take? Oh, hi. I guess you're who we're looking for.
Oh, 魔物発見! イルチ、あれでいいの?
ああ、そうだ。間違いない。
なんだかご機嫌斜めさんみたいね。
温厚な性格だったはずでは。
売られた喧嘩なら買うまでじゃ。ひゃおー。
Moses, seriously?
だもうバカ山賊、ますます怒らせてどうすんの。もう手がつけられません。
モーゼスさんのせいで黒い霧が。
霧はワイのせいじゃなかろう。
あっちゃー、丸っこくなったよ。
モーゼスさんのせいで。
だから違うわ。くそ。
Are you gonna be the exact same kind of monster that we keep seeing? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it keeps turning into this weird King K. Rool looking ass thing, just with a little bit of variation. Although this one does clearly have, like, spider eyes, so it is... Oh, geez. That's not good. Shirley. Shirley, please. I guess I'll use this. It'd be really nice if this did more than a quarter of any HP health anywhere. It always feels like it's not quite as strong as it should be. Can one of you do that to me? Thank you. Ow. Oh, fuck. Now, Shirley. You know what I did? It's stupid. It was just reminding myself of things. Thank you. A couple of... Oh, when was it? It had to have been, I want to say, last year. I started listening at work to all of the... can you not? It'd be great if you didn't. I don't want to have to keep using stuff, and they're gonna take too long. So I'm gonna help myself. There we go. I started listening to South Park all the way from the... Oh, dear lord. All the way from the beginning. And... You know, the first... Let's see. I want to say the first... maybe 13 seasons. Almost no bad episodes at all. Give or take. Almost no bad episodes. And then once you go past 13, maybe past 14, that's when you start getting somewhere where you're like, it was okay. I don't know if I'd, you know, I was like, I might even skip over that if I was, like, re-listening to the series again, you know? But, one of my favorite things... Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? We, Elixir... Me... And then... I guess Life Bottle Chloe. Also, I'm leaving that comment up for a little bit. Oh, can the thing not be... Thank you. I'm leaving that comment up just in case you're a real person, Sam. But I'm good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy moly. Let's, oh, that sucks. And then he wasn't fast enough. Oh, that's the worst. At least I could just restart it. I don't know if I've ever been bodied that quickly by something. Usually it's sort of a slow one. Dear Lord. Did I miss both of those? Ow. You know what? We're not gonna make the same mistake. Did I get my life bottles back? Yes, I did. Okay. And I got my elixirs back. Alright, we're good, we're good. When I notice myself being low, I'm just gonna do it myself on this one, because clearly this guy is a little bit of a class of his own. He's what you call a bit of a lad. Why are you running through the field of battle, by the way? Can you not do that? Why is it that sometimes these are... Is this just telling me that I have... No, because this is also... I don't understand why sometimes they show green. Ah, Chloe. Maybe I'll just do it. Are you fucking with me? Also, why can I use the elixir? I guess because it heals literally everything. So I could technically use it on someone who's not dead if I wanted to. Which I don't, really. Ah. Why is this guy so... Ah! And it killed both of us. Cool. Love that. And then I guess I'll do this myself because I can't trust them to do it. Not right now. Do I do this on myself or do I do it on her? I guess I'll do this on her because she just came up. And then I'll do it on myself. Ow. Did you hit me from wherever the hell you were back there? That's stupid. Thank you. Okay, that attack sucks. And generally, I'm already too close to him when he starts it to actually do anything about it. Yeah, see, like right there. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to think about it. No. No. Okay. Me first. Boy, I do so love this. There we go. Okay, are you just... You're just gonna be useless the rest of the time that you're up? Am I just wasting these on you? Is that what's happening? Well, you know what? We're pretty close to... Wow. Wow, Chloe. How embarrassing. Go. Oh, I swear to God. Fine. Oh, what am I doing? We got him. We got him now. He's on the ropes. Chloe, you're just gonna be dead. It's fine. You've been brooding. You know what? Actually, it's very thematic because you've been thinking too much. You've been using your brain too hard. You got caught off guard.
た黒い霧ですか。
雲の眉が手に入ったぞ。霧のことも気になるが、今はエルザを優先しよう。急いで町に戻るぞ。
And it's gonna make me walk back because of course it is. Hopefully, whatever the black mist does isn't going to affect the usefulness of that cocoon, because that would be pretty bad. Wait, what am I doing? Oh no, yeah, no, this is right. No, not HP. Wait a minute, do I only have HP right now? Oh, I need to stop off at the, well, you know what? I guess maybe I'll use some of these. Yeah, this will be good. There we... And why not? I can't imagine they would do something as cruel as killing off the daughter. But if the cocoon was tainted somehow by the black mist, that would probably do it. Well, he might not even... I guess it would depend on how he puts them together. Maybe he would be able to tell, like, oh, okay, this medicine's not going to work. It's not reacting the way that it should when I'm creating it, however I'm creating it. You know, whether he's, doing a... Jesus, what's happening here? Oh. Will, I need you to... I need you to help me with this. There we go. Hopefully I don't get Medusa a second time. I forgot that is literally just a death sentence where it's not even like a timed thing. It will just kill you if you have an entire party of people stoned, even though your health is not down. Which I actually like. That's good dedication. You don't just put it on a timer and it's like, oh yeah, I can just ignore petrification. That's fine. Yeah. Ouch. She looks so sad. Is that what those do? Jesus, I don't think I've ever run into one before. Ah. Oh, fucking go fuck yourself. Of course, on the way back is when it wants to give me fucking issues. Alright, so you don't like that. And I can't sneak in over there? You're a piece of shit. You're a pizza shit. There we go. Okay. So, the corner, no good. The little tiny space in between? Yeah, that's fine. That's stupid. It's like when I was going back to, like that, I feel like should be fine. But it's not going to be. It's like when I was coming back from, what was it, the ice monument? Whenever I went there to get something. And suddenly, everything felt like it had a much bigger radius than it previously did. And I ended up running into the same trap like 4 times in a row. You know, I'm happy about it, but is a suspicious lack of enemy encounters happening right now. And I know it's not because I used a holy bottle, I'm not shining. Which I think is what I would normally be doing if I had one on. Were they just like having mercy on me or what? Ah. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I was thinking about, I think I talked about it on here. Funny, I was just talking about telling the same shit over and over again. Although this isn't the same story, this is just a thought tacked onto a thing I might have talked about already, which I'm pretty sure I have. But, a new Muldoon's log came out recently. It might have been literally just this morning or yesterday? I don't remember. I want to say it was this morning, but while I was watching it, also it ended on like a really disgusting cliffhanger. I was like, ooh, that feels bad. But I was, oh geez, I lost my train of thought. Oh, let me try to get it back. Oh, Jesus. What was I gonna say about the damn Muldoon's log? Oh. Well, this one is just like blatantly a bot. So, it reminded me while I was watching, like him, Senno run in that field, and there was some interesting, like, little texture colors going on. I love having a CRT to, that's actually, like, connected to my PC that I can just, like, pull up whatever I want onto it if I want to like watch it or play it on there. Currently this is not on there, although that would be a good idea. I don't know why I'm not. I guess just because, well, I know why I'm not, because keeping track of the chat on one side just in case, and then the OBS up on top and whatnot. So that's why, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I moved everything over to the CRT as far as like actually playing it, and then I had this stuff on the right side. I would just have to end up moving my head a little bit more to look over, but it wouldn't be like a huge deal. Alright, now I gotta remember where to go. But yeah, having this CRT, I ended up buying it from someone who was just like trying to get rid of stuff. It's pretty damn big and heavy, right? But having this for basically any media is pretty nice, but also in particular stuff that already is supposed to look old, and then you put it onto the CRT, everything looks so, I don't know, like actually authentic. Like, it's like people have done comparisons on YouTube and whatnot, where it's like, okay, yeah, there are certain things, like games in particular, where these were made to work on CRTs, that's why they look good on them. Like, they made them with those in mind. And so, you know, when you compare it to, you know, whatever LCD monitor that you have, and then you like put them side by side, it's like, oh yeah, no, the CRT just does it looks better because things are rounded off in such a way that they, you know, they look more like how stuff would look now, where people are deliberately making them look, you know, like they're like a retro art style, but they're rounded in such a way because we have that higher fidelity anyway, so they don't have to try to use the limitations to help them. They can just make it look that way by default. But yeah, watching those Muldoon's logs in particular on the CRT, like it already has like a VHS filter thing over it, but pulling it up on the CRT monitor at the same time, it actually, it looks great, especially with how he does, all the dinosaurs look great in Blender that he makes. And so having that up on the CRT too, it really does make them look very, very lifelike. Like some of the things that would make you look at it to go, oh, that's a little bit wonky, like maybe Blender animation wise, where I can kind of tell that that's like very clearly an animation. Some of that gets smoothed out when you pull it up on a CRT, where you look at it and you're just like, man, this looks really good.
オルコットさんは戻ってるか？
まだ帰ってきてない。そうだ、手紙預かったの。
オルコットさんからか？
パパに渡してくれって。こっちの手紙はクロエにだって。
私に？
これはエルザの治療薬の調合方法か。
Did he cut and run?
どうしてそんなものを？
食うってば、どうして手紙握りつぶすの？
今はエルザさんのことを考えましょう。
薬の調合方法は分かっても材料が揃わないんじゃね。
体力だけでもブレスで回復できんかな。
その手がありましたね。
モーゼスちゃん、冴えてるわね。
I was gonna say, I was like, he's probably over the moon. I would be too.
嬉しかったみたいだね。
Oh man, that's great. That's fantastic. That guy was really going ham in the booth. You could hear the way it echoed. At least I could in like my headphones. I could hear the echoing of how loudly he did that Yahoo. That's so funny.
すごく嬉しかったみたいですね。
早速ブレスを試してみよう。シャーリー、頼む。
はい。
効果があればいいんだが。
呼吸が落ち着いたな。
この程度では気休めにもならんか。ハリエット、ノーマを呼んでこい。あいつにもいろいろと手伝わせる。
わかったわ。
早く薬を飲ませてやりたいな。
明日の朝まで待ってオルコットさんが戻らなかったなら俺たちも帰らずの森へ行こ
エルザ。
おい、どこへ行く？
う。エルザを止めなかったことに責任を感じているんだろう。
I don't think so, my man.
クロエが受け取った手紙、何が書いてあったんだろうな。手紙を握りつぶした手が痛いくらいに震えていた。何か無茶をやらかす気がしてならない。思い過ごしならいいんだが。
お兄ちゃん、ここは私たちに任せて。クロエさんを探して。
シャーリ
ー。なんて声をかければいいか私にはわからないから。お兄ちゃんなら大丈夫だよね。
ああ、任せてくれ。
私たちは治療を続けましょう。
そうだな。セネル、クロエを頼んだぞ。
この呪縛を断ち切らなければ私は前に進むことができない。だがなぜあなたなんだ。私はどうすればいい。これはお前は私？
悩む必要なんてないじゃない。思い出してごらん。
思い出す？
私から全てを奪ったのは誰？父様と母様を殺したのは誰？
オルコット殿だ。
私が剣を握ったのはどうして？手がボロボロになるまで剣を振るったのはどうして？
父と母の無念を晴らすためだ。
私は一人ぼっちになった。あの寂しかった日々を思い出して。広い部屋に一人でいたのをよく思い出して。バレンスの家を守ろうと努力しても誰も私を助けてくれなかったよね。辛いのを我慢して、寂しいのを我慢して、泣くことも許されなかったよね。
ああ。
それは全部誰のせいなの？
オルコットだ。
ほら、答えは出てるよ。
そうだな。
クロエがどこへ行ったか知らないか？
あ、やっと戻ってきた。
どこ駆け回っていたんですか？こんな時にはしゃがないでくださいよ。
ゼボーには分からんじゃろな。ワイが今どれだけ幸せなんか。
何勝ち誇った言い方してるんです。
モーゼス、クロエを見なかったか。
くっちゃんなら墓場の方へ行くんを見たぞ。
墓場か。助かる。
モーゼスちゃん、お手柄ね。またかよ。
If you want, can I have one? Guess not. It's still pretty funny to me that in Elden Ring, almost everybody goes in for the hug with Thea, and why is it like half of them don't realize that it does anything? So then they're just like, why am I dying even more than I was already dying? So if that letter, she still seems conflicted. I feel like if that letter was him saying, hey, please help her as much as, you know, you can, and here's how to make it. You've clearly figured out who I am, so I'm gonna peace out, and he just like left her here. Then I don't think she would have any reason to be conflicted, but she's still conflicted. So what the hell did it say? Also, I feel like the scene that we just had where she was talking to her past self is probably one of the more effective ones of the Black Mist trying to tempt somebody into whatever it is, like giving up on everything, I guess, is what it's trying to do. Like, let them, it's like, hey, nothing matters, so you may as well just not try. Just, like, submit to whatever I want to make you do. Even though with Norma, she said that she was going to submit to her, and then nothing really happened. She just was creating the Black Mist for a while until we ended up figuring that shit out, and then we took care of it. But
どこに行くつもりだ？ごまかして済まそうなんて考えてくれるなよ。
言っている意味がわからない。
オルコットさんの手紙に何が書かれていたんだ？
クーリッチには関係ない。
関係ないとか言うなよ。クロエ！
私は愚かだ。お前たちと馴れ合い、目的を見失っていた。
クロエ。
あれほど憎んでいたのに、そのために剣を握ったのに。私はもう敵討ちを諦めていたんだ。スティングルに逃げられた後で再び奴を探し出す気力などなかった。父と母の墓前に立った時にも昔のような憎しみを抱くことはなかった。このまま忘れられたはずなのに。なのに
両親の仇は目の前に姿を現した。スティングルではなくオルコットとして。
そうだ、腕の入れ墨を私は見てしまった。知ってしまった以上 平然と日々を過ごすことなどできない。一度でも意識してしまうとダメなんだ。埋もれていた記憶が鮮明に掘り返されていく。惨めで仕方がなかったあの頃の記憶が。憎しみが体を支配していくのを黙って見ているしかないんだ。もうこの感情をどうすることもできない。
俺が悩んだ時、お前は俺を支えてくれたよな。話もたくさん聞いてくれた。弱音もたくさん聞いてくれた。あの時もし一人だったら今の俺はなかったと思う。だから一人で抱え込むな。一人で苦しむなよ。
クーリッチ、両親を殺されてから私の人生は悲惨なほどに大きく変わった。最初は理不尽な悲しみに泣いているばかりだった。だが状況は甘えを許してくれなかった。バレンス家の生き残りとしてその名にふさわしい行動を周囲に示す必要があったんだ。家名を守るために努力をした。私にできる全てをし尽くした。だが所詮は子供のやることだ。間違いなどいくらでもある。お取り潰しが決まるまでそう時間はかからなかった。必死に守ろうとした家がなくなることに悲しみはなかった。正直安心したくらいだ。これで周囲の声を気にしなくていい。私を引き取ってくれた家の人たちは皆いい人ばかりだった。親切にしてくれたし、立場を理解して優しくもしてくれた。だがその裏で私のことをどう呼んでいたのかも知っている。お人形の当主様だ。誰も私に家を守れるなどと初めから思っていなかった。そしてその時に気がついた。私は一生クロエ・バレンスなのだと。どこで何をしようとも血と名の呪縛からは逃れられない。手紙にはこう書かれていた。覚悟あらば剣を手に参られよ。
お前に気づかれていること知ってたんだな。
クーリッチ、そこをどけ。
オルコットさんのところに行くつもりなのか。エルザのことはどうするつもりだ。俺たちのことはどうするつもりだった。黙って姿を消すつもりじゃないだろうな。それこそ子供のやることだろう。
そうだな。
ふざけんなよ。
私の時間はあの日に止まったままなんだ。剣を手に取る覚悟を決めた時に私の時間は止まったんだ。そこをどけ、クーリッチ。
まだ話は終わってない。
ならばお前には自分を抑えることができるというのか。ス テラさんを奪ったバーツラフを目の前にして冷静でいられたか。
それは
底なしにこみ上げる殺意はちっぽけな体には収まりきらない。違うかクーリッチ、それでも違うと言えるのか。
クロエ、まさか。
話してわからないのであればこうするより道はないだろう。
剣を抜けば引き返せなくなるぞ。
元より引き返す気などない。
バカ野郎。
これが最後の忠告だ。そこをどけクーリッチ。
断る。
お願いだ。これ以上私のために何かをするな。お前の優しさに身がちぎれそうなんだ。そこをどけ。
やめろ。
どけと言っているのがわからないのか。
やめろと言ってるのがわからないのか。この先本気か。
覚悟がなければそこをどけ。死ぬぞ。
やめろクロエ。
Wow, we're actually fighting Chloe. Holy shit. I don't want to. Can you not? Oh boy. Oof. Ooh. Get tossed. I should probably heal myself. You know what? I don't need that. Where's a good 60? There we go. Is that cheating? Does she feel like I'm being unsportsmanlike doing that? I don't know. Oh, whoops. Ow, 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 ow. Stop it. Ow. Chloe, I'm gonna climax you, and it's gonna hurt. Ow. Whoa, what happened? It seemed like she was like mid-combo on me and then she just stopped. That was weird. This isn't a Toriel situation, is it? Also, can we, no. Oh boy. This is interesting. I was not expecting to fight Chloe. I figured we would talk it out somehow, but no. No, we're just brawling. Ow. I wonder what a speedrun of this game would look like, because you can, if you know where everything is, it feels like you can menu pretty quickly. Of course, the downside being that I feel like a speedrun of this game would be probably not like... I mean, it would be interesting to see some of the glitches that maybe people can find to sequence break, and like how you could possibly cheese battles, you know? But there was a period of time when I was really very consistently looking up and finding speedruns for stuff because I was very interested in it. But now I'm unless there's something really novel in it, I'm not nearly as interested as I was, you know. Geez, what would it have been now? Like almost 15 years ago, give or take. Wow. Okay, she's going ham. Please do not go ham on me. Ow, 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 ow. I guess I should do this. Can I do the miracle gel? I mean, I could, but there's no reason to do that. You know what? I'm just gonna do one of these. Because I'm pretty close to kicking her ass here. Whoa! Alright, I'll use the lemon gel now. I kinda wanna... Wow! Can you fucking not? Stop it. There we go. Didn't even have to use a full one.
Chloe, もうやめ。
あ。Holy fuck.
言ったはずだ。覚悟がなければ死ぬと。
クロエ、お前。
お前を傷つけた私にもはや戻れる場所はないな。おかげで覚悟を決められた。ありがとう、クーリッチ。
ふざけるな。そんなありがとうがあるかよ。俺は認めないぞ。
なぜ止めに来たんだ。
クロエは仲間だろう。大切な仲間だろう。だから行くな。
その言葉を素直に受け取れればよかったのにな。
クロエ、
もう喋らないでくれ。お願いだから喋らないでくれ。
行くな、クロエ。
心地よいはずの言葉が今は全て痛みになるんだ。
クロエ、行くな、行くな。
お兄ちゃん、しっかりして、お兄ちゃん。
That must have been fucking horrifying for Shirley to come up on him like that with a hole in his stomach, and he's like... She's like, wow, you know, like, clearly they were in a bit of a rivalry for him, but she probably never expected that she was gonna stab him in the stomach. Holy shit. You know what? All of a sudden it makes sense. There, during the opening, like the game opening, when you have the Do As Infinity music going on, there is a scene of this, and I swore when I saw it, I was like, well, we're friends, so this must have been like near the beginning when like we were arguing a lot and fighting, because I think we did fight once. Or did we? I don't remember now. But for some reason I thought that was like, oh, that happened during a first meeting or something, and then we kind of like got over ourselves, right? But no. It was this. 50, 60 plus hours into the game. Holy shit.
俺確かクロエと
お兄ちゃん、目覚めたんだね。
シャーリーが直してくれたのか。そうだ、クロエは
戻って来なかった。
のんびり寝てる場合じゃない。早くクロエを追いかけないと。
あ、ダメだよ、急に動いちゃう。
行かなくちゃならないんだ。
どうしても？
どうしてもだ。仲間を放ってはおけない。
みんなは病院で待ってるよ。
シャーリー。
私も一緒に行く。私にとってもクロエさんは仲間だもの。
そうだな。
Oh, okay, you're not gonna make me do the zombie walk all the way up until wherever the hell Chloe is. You know what, though? Where does it expect me to go? Oh, Forest of No Return, right? That's where I want to go. Unless it wants me to go to... Well... This is not the correct way. So... Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? No, let me go up to the... So everybody's waiting at the hospital. Do you mean as in... Like, we're gonna grab the entire party, sans Chloe, and then go over to the Forest of No Return? Or do we go to the Forest of No Return and then we'll meet up with everybody at the hospital once we've brought back all the stuff that we need to be bringing back? What was that? Oh no, never mind. It was nothing. I thought I saw something shining in the water.
Senoji, もう大丈夫なんか？
ああ、心配かけたな。
やはりスティングルなのか。 オルコットさんはこうなると分かっていたのだな。
でなきゃウィルッチに薬の調合方法なんて教えないだろうしね。それでどうするんですか？相手がスティングルで、さらに両親の仇であるなら、クロエさんの行動には正当性があります。
家族の仇を討つんじゃしの。
One of the first times that Jay and Moses are in agreement. You can count it on like one hand, the times that it happens.
クロエはまだ迷いの中にいる。
迷った人間が背の字に剣を向けるとは思えんがの。
クロエちゃんが幸せになれるならそれが一番いいのよね。
敵討ちをしてクロエが笑っていられるとは思えない。あいつここのところずっと辛そうな顔してた。
お兄ちゃん、
オルコットさんを切れば過去の憎しみは消えるかもしれない。けどその先にあるのは新たな苦しみだけだ。
まあそうだね。私らだって後味悪いし。
だから俺はクロエを止めたい。止めなくちゃいけないんだ。このまま放っておいたらあいつきっともう戻ってこない。みんなはそれでもいいのか？こんな別れ方でいいのか？俺は納得できない。だから
背の字の言う通りじゃの。家族の別れはこんなんと違う。
皆さんはスティングルを許せるんですか？
俺は今のオルコットさんなら信じてもいいと思う。
エルザさんを大切に思う優しい人です。
皆さん同じ意見ですか？やれやれ、人がいいというか。
文句がある言うんならくっちゃんを止めた後で聞いちゃる。
文句はありませんよ。ただ甘いとは思いますけどね。とか言ってる JJ もすっかり甘くなってるけどね。
よし、クロエを追いかけるぞ。エルザ、聞いてたのか？
私、お父さんのことなんとなく気づいてました。薬草を取りに出かけたはずなのに、戦いの傷を負って帰ってきたことが今まで何度もありました。その度にお父さんはごまかそうとしてましたけど、見れば分かっちゃいます。全部私のせいなんです。お父さん、私の病気を治すことしか考えてないから。
自分を責めるな。抱え込んだところで何も解決はしない。
私も連れて行ってください。お願いします。
辛い思いをするかもしれない。それでもいいのか？
はい。だからこそちゃんと見届けたいんです。
分かった。一緒に行こう。
セネルさん、本気ですか？
エルザは覚悟を決めている。俺はそれを尊重してやりたい。
一人で出て行かれるよりは一緒にいた方が安心だしね。
よし、帰らずの森に急ぐとしよう。
Which should be renamed to the Forest of Sometimes You Return as long as you're main characters. I was wondering if she was going to find out in the course of us going through all this, or if she had an inkling to it, because she did mention that before, about how he would come back with like wounds and stuff. But yeah, that's tough to deal with. Learning that someone that you really care about isn't quite how you thought they were. What am I doing? Where am I going? You know what? I'll save it just to say that I did. I always misremember where the shops are. I want to go buy more items because I definitely am running out. Oh, you know what? I've also used a couple of these. Let me go... I'll buy some of this shit. Maybe. But I have everything less than 5. No? Okay, we're good. I love it when people are super loud outside. Oh. Donut bars fried fresh on the spot. I have never heard anyone refer to a churro as a donut bar. I suppose it's not entirely out of left field. But man, that's a weird way to say that. Get one of these. One of these. There we go. That's fine. How is Chloe gonna reconcile with the fact that she put a hole in her gut? Oh, it wasn't red sage, it was red saffron that I wanted. Damn it. Well, I do have red savory from here, so... Dark bottle. I swear I've seen, or... Did we have heavy? Maybe I shouldn't have been selling every single weapon after a certain point. Oh, I almost left without buying stuff. Okay. Son of a... Damn it. Oh, you know what would be a good one to play too at some point? Would be, So, there's this series that's, what is it called? I wanna say... it's the Atelier Iris series, right? But not the modern ones. I'm thinking of the older ones that are more RPG-like and less action RPG, running around in like an open somewhat open 3D world. Those would be pretty good to go through at some point too, because I've went through the first one and I'm fairly certain it ended, if I remember right, I think it ended with kind of a cliffhanger for the next one in the series. And then I never was able to get around to the second one. So that would be a fun series to do at some point. It had this, so the first one that I played, the first one in the, what I think was like a trilogy of stuff. I should, I think there's one right inside. Yeah. Okay. I'll save it just in case. Yeah, it was you know what? I think it was one of the only trilogies they did. And I don't know if it had got like good reception or not. I think people were interested, but they liked some of their their later stuff more in comparison or something. Is what I remember reading about it at the time. Hmm? That was a weird interaction. That's what we were gonna go do. But it had this interesting mechanic in the first one that I played, where you, with your rod, with your, like your staff, your alchemical staff or rod or whatever you want to call it, it's kind of like a wand, but you would be able to transmute items in the world into other materials that you can then use. I don't know if the newer ones are like that. I have not watched enough. I've just seen like here and there clips of like the newer ones existing, particularly what's that one with the girl with the really thick thighs? It's like Ryza, I think. Atelier Ryza. I think that's what it's called. That or I'm thinking Ryza because I was listening to an episode of Star Trek the other night, and Ryza is that's like a planet where everybody just goes to have sex. I want to say it is Ryza though, or maybe it's just Rise. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But with all that I've seen, which most of the time when it pops up, it's just people going, "Ooh, she's so cute," you know. Put her in even shorter shorts, right? But I think it seems like you're gathering ingredients and then you're making stuff via alchemy back wherever you're doing it. But in this series, not this one, that series, you would just you'd be like, oh hey, we have a market here, there's a whole bunch of boxes stacked up and there's like bushels of apples and baskets and whatever, and you could sit there and just collect materials for stuff by sitting there and being like, okay, transmute the basket of apples, move on to the next thing. And you could do that with a whole bunch of shit. It was very interesting. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
はい、今のところは。
クロエはどこにいるのだ。早く見つけ出さなければ。
手遅れになったら困っちゃうものね。聞かなかったことにしようか。
今度こそ絶対に止める。
お兄ちゃん。
また戦うことになるかもしれませんよ。
それならそれでもいい。俺の覚悟が足りなかったんだ。クロエの背負っているものを受け止めるだけの覚悟が。
なに、心配はいりやせん。我らも一緒なんじゃ。
せねせね気合い入れすぎ。あたしらもいること忘れないでよね。
Are we just gonna gang up on Chloe and just fucking beat the shit out of her 4-on-1? That would be kind of funny, but it would be really silly.
ああ、そうだな。
Especially if we use so shit. Hopefully, so if we used the climax special, and we're just like ping-ponging Chloe around, and then we do the Goku fucking break your spine in half move where you punch her when she falls down. Oh my god. That would be so funny.
何が？クロエさんにはこんなに素敵な仲間がいるんですね。
クーにとってはエルちゃんも大切な一員だよ。だから止めないとね。
よし、行くぞ。
Oh, this is where we fought that weird, like, caterpillar, pill bug thing. I do kind of... Yeah, it was, like, right here. All the memory. It is kind of interesting, actually, that we're now... As we're going through everybody's little character stories, and quests, where we are backtracking to places that we have been in our previous adventure. Oh. These little guys. I wonder who I should put in Norma's spot, because I still don't think that she's good to have in the main party. Like, she's pretty strong with her magic and everything, but it's not really worth it to have her in the main party on the off chance that she dies, because then we just have to use the life bottles, which really should be like the last resort. It feels a little sad having to beat these guys up. It feels like I'm bullying them. Let's see, who do I want to switch you with? Probably Groon, I think. I think that makes sense to me. Also, I can see Groon in action a little bit more because I'm pretty sure she got some new spells and stuff that I just haven't been able to see yet because I was keeping the same rotation of people. This forest is just gonna be the forest of everything is really fucking short and I gotta do the down right button constantly. And why is there a mimic bed in the forest? Someone camping? Ow. Can we, I guess I'll sit here and beat the shit out of these little chickens. Okay, so that's definitely not where I want to go. I don't think. Here's the blue. I think I want to follow the blue butterflies. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how I got out last time, is following the blue butterflies. It is kind of funny that when you're like off fighting something on the side of the screen and it's focused on you, you can kind of ignore whatever's on the other side unless it like starts coming at you. And so you can just be like jump scared by like, oh my god, this is a scare dragon. I was sitting here beating up a 2-month-old chick. There's a big old magma dragon here. Just flip-flopping around the screen. You know, if I did play a Zelda on screen anytime on stream anytime soon, getting to that night, and probably worse because I ended up only sleeping like 4 or 5 hours. I think I'm going in circles. I think I would revisit Twilight Princess. Because I haven't revisited that in a while. And Twilight Princess is a great game. Too many people give that game shit, but it's a fantastic game. Imagine if that was how you had to get food. You had to turn into a cartoon spear and just shove your nose right into the ground, trying to pin it in place. That would suck. Okay, this feels somewhat new. Oh boy. I haven't seen one of these little orbs in a while. It's funny because I feel fighting these guys in particular, it makes me feel a little impatient, and so I almost want to use climax on them, but it would be a waste for a lot of reasons. So I'm holding myself back. It's definitely, whatever fight is coming up, I would much rather use it on that. Wow, damn. I am going to I'm gonna use one of these because I feel like this is definitely a good time to do so. And actually, maybe it's also a good time to use one of these. Yeah. Is there anything on this side that I care about? No. This is not you. You wasted my time. I can't believe you've done this. Well... Well, that sucks. That's clearly not what I wanted. Huh. So it kind of felt like I was going. Well, I mean, that definitely feels like I'm going backwards now, which isn't good. I hope we get wherever the hell we're going before it hits 9. That's a crazy attack. Because man, I'm already starting to, I'm feeling it. The Sandmans are coming. So pretty sure this is exactly. Oh no, maybe this is different. What is this? Nothing. Nope, this is the same. It's just a rock. A rock that I've seen many times before. There are many rocks like it. I feel like it definitely has something to do with the butterflies. But I followed the butterflies, and it felt like I was going the right way, and then I made it all the way back to where I started. So now my faith in the butterflies is shaken. Just like in real life. The mighty monarch has done irrevocable... Yeah. Not even gonna finish the joke because I fucked up the word. I miss Venture Bros. It's a shame that it got canceled after all of the time that it was on. I would have loved to see Matt Berry voice what's his name? Oh boy. What was his name? The villain. I can't even remember. That's sad. I feel like I should remember this, and it's just absolutely not coming to me. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna go up again. I'm gonna go left now. And this puts me right back where I was. It's something with an M. Whatever the hell his name was, it's something with an M. I almost want to go look it up. Whatever his name was, he was gonna be voiced by Matt Berry, and that would have been fantastic. Because Matt Berry is a very funny man. I've heard that he's actually kind of, he's kind of nervous when he's not acting. Like, he has to sort of like psych himself into the roles that he's doing. and then he's good to go. But when you're just talking to him like outside of a role, he's a little awkward. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll never forget One Track Lover. That is a fantastic little song. I guess I'm gonna just follow them again because I don't really have any other good options. Nope, see, that's... Alright, well, big fuck off tree log. I'm gonna spend the rest of my time tonight just wandering around this stupid damn forest. I thought the fight was over. Holy moly, I'm losing it. For some reason, I was like, oh, I got him. We're good. I'm gonna sit here and wait for a second for the screen to pop up. Didn't even realize these guys were still kicking around. Wow. Have I seen her use that one before? That is quite the spell. It feels like overkill. Killing an enemy with that little health with a big ass fucking spell like that. Okay, so this is a different rock. This isn't the same goddamn place, is it? Come here, you little piece of shit. You're way too short for your own good. You're very annoying to have to fight. Not from like a difficulty perspective, but just the fact that I have to... There's only a couple of things that I can do to you because you're so goddamn short. Alright, so that's no good. I feel like this leads me back to where I fucking was. Well, you know what? I'm gonna use another one. What was that? Oh, gold shark, yeah. I thought it said gold shark. I was gonna flip out a little bit. So, if that's no good... Also, I like how it didn't feel like that holy bottle did anything at all. Like, that was the same amount of steps that I feel like I normally would take before running into a fucking encounter. Man, if this is going to continue to be a pain like this the entire way through, Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. Here's... Does this just lead me out? Is that all that is? No! You gotta be fucking kidding me. I don't remember. Did I walk past this already? Hold on. Is this the way I came in? Ah, I hate it. I almost feel like I need to save the rest of this for tomorrow. Because it feels like this is going to be a lot of just walking around being frustrated at the fact that it's making me have to traverse this fucking thing with all these encounters. That being said, I'd much rather do a bunch of those fights in a row than the one with the little chickens, because at least the chickens, or no, at least those are like huge. Yep. Okay, well, at least I have this as a save point. I'll spend the next 25 minutes just wandering around, I guess. I'm going to ignore the butterflies, I think, because they're good for knowing the way out. I don't think they're good for knowing the way in. Will got knocked right on his ass immediately. Alright. Big fuck off log. Right. This is a thing that I have seen before, I think. I said I was gonna ignore the butterflies, and now I'm no longer ignoring the butterflies. I just want a sign that I'm going somewhere close to the right fucking direction. Yeah, this is the thing that I don't like about any RPG, no matter what, is the fact that you want me to navigate this stupid ass forest and try to figure out where to get in. But at the same time, all these random encounters are gonna happen, slowing my way exponentially. So this is just the same shit again, isn't it? Yep, nope, there's that fucking rock again. Oh boy, do I... Oh wait, this is new. Either that's new or I missed it somehow. After going through this area 17 times in a row. Oh no, not the egg bears. Not the little tiny egg bears. It is kind of annoying that the only time that I can do anything and also the only thing I can do with an enemy that's downed is do the grab move, which really doesn't even do all that much damage. Of course, that doesn't go anywhere. That's nothing. And this is gonna lead me right back up to some bullshit that I don't care about. Oh, I hate it. I feel like these are the kinds of things that lead people to just turning shit on autopilot, like the actual one that exists within the game, and then they'll just like go do something else for a while. Like make some fucking food, go take a shit, and then they're like, maybe by the time I come back from, you know, one of those things, not all of them at the same time, but one of them, the fight will be done. I can just keep exploring. Then next time it happens, all right, time to go do errands and shit again. Got a whole bunch of laundry that I need to do. Been procrastinating on that. So yeah, that's just no good, is what I'm learning about that. That will lead me out, which I don't want. I hate you, you fucking rock, you piece of shit. You're making fun of me, looking like Shin-chan's ass. Doing the butt dance. Oh, I want to use my climax meter so badly, but I really have no reason because these guys don't do any damage at all, really.
ニカモンレンガ弾しまったこれでしのげ
アブソリュート
ガリューサイニカモン
ゴロゴロえい
Alright. So, I think I've gone both left and right from this damn stump. Here we go. This is new. Wait, is this just a fucking alcove for the yellow ores? Seriously? Is that all this was? I just want to find the next fucking plot thing. That's all I want. You know what? Hold on a minute. Nope. 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 How about this? I'm just not gonna bother with him. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, it's just a fucking alcove. Cool. Which is annoying because it looks like it's more, but... I mean, I guess I'll go this way? There's a fucking rock again. Ma, there's a rock again. It mocks me. Yeah, this place is too big and the encounters are too frequent for me to really give a shit about wanting to actually continue to fight all the way through it. Oh my god, and then I'm just back to the goddamn beginning again. I hate you. I hate you. I hate the fact that I'm in this forest. Ah. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I am gonna call it there for tonight, because no matter what, so I only have 15 minutes left before I hit the time that I normally want to hit. However, even if I do, which I'm probably not because this forest is stupid as fuck, by the time I do that, we're gonna have at least, based off of some of the other ones that we've had, like 10 some minutes of cutscenes, probably, especially for something as big as this. It's probably going to be her like finale one. It's going to be pretty big. And I don't want to be like frustrated getting to it and then also at the same time be just like wiped out and tired for Chloe's character quest finale. I really don't, because I like Chloe a lot as a character, although I'm still surprised that she stabbed us in the gut. But you know, it's like new Star Wars, it doesn't matter. You get stabbed in the gut, you just, you know, they slap a band-aid on it and you're good to go. Humans, if you stab them in the stomach with a lightsaber or Excalibur or whatever, you're fine. You wrap it up a little bit and then you know, you're fine. You go make yourself some fucking cereal. You throw on some French toast, 2-minute French toast, as the people do every single morning in America. dumb. But, yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it for that reason in particular. And then, in the morning, pick it up, fresh, probably still a little bit tired, but not like... But it'll be the waking up a little bit tired if I haven't already woken up a little bit more by then anyway. Whereas right now, this is the, okay, I'm being pulled by Sandyman claws to sleep. Especially after, Fridays, no matter what, are actually, and I think this was clearly just a like AI marketing comment and not like a real one, so I'm gonna delete that now. But no matter what, by the time Friday comes along, I always get tired a lot easier because it is, you know, it's like the release of tension after a week of, you know, 40 if you're lucky, but nowadays it seems like you're constantly doing some sort of overtime. Like this week it was 5, but and even then everything was a nightmare still by the time that I left, and I was like, well, I guess that means that next week is gonna suck. But you know, can't one-handedly take care of everything, you know. One-handedly. It's single-handedly is how the phrase goes. Good job, me. But yeah, you know, Friday, not only are you like you have the release of tension from the week of working and whatever problems that you've been dealing with, and you know, sometimes things get solved, sometimes they don't, and then, you know, you have to bitch and complain until they do. And sometimes you just have to wait. But then on the along with that, you also just have the, like, and I don't know if other people have this issue, but Mondays through, I guess not Friday, I guess it's Monday through Thursday. No, that's not true either. It's more like, no, I guess that is true. So I was gonna say Sunday through Thursday, but that's not entirely true. So Monday through Thursday, I feel like, for me at least, I have this mental block of, alright, I can't let myself get too sucked into anything, because, especially like at nighttime, because I gotta do the stupid wake up and, you know, and go to work nonsense, you know. So no matter what, I feel like I'm a little bit confined into what I have the time to be able to do. Fridays, suddenly it feels like, even though I'm definitely not, you know, I'm not gonna be like staying up all night or anything, you know, I'm passing out as it is, but I have that that feeling of, man, I have so much extra time, what do I do with it? And so then your mind starts running because you're thinking of all the time that you have to do the things that you want to do. And the reason I say it's not Sunday through Thursday that you have the mindset of like, oh, I gotta do whatever, is because Sunday, at least for me, no matter what, I always end up not sleeping as well or as restful, because it's the what is it, what do they call that when it's like the breath before the plunge, because, you know, I'm not in the work week yet. That's me going, man, I wish I had more time to not have to fucking do that shit anymore. And so my brain rebels a little bit against just being like, alright, guess I'll go to sleep at a reasonable time, or, you know, whatever, because I want to squeeze, I want to wring every little ounce of freedom left in from my Sunday out until I'm like, alright, this is becoming a bit too much of a thing. I need to just bite the bullet and do it, you know, and wake up and be within the work week and be an adult, even though so many other people that I fucking have to deal with are not adults at work. God. You know, which is a whole nother bundle of problems that I'll clearly not get into here, because that's not, it doesn't, it's, I was gonna say that's not what, you know, this is for. Really, yeah, it is. This is just for whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You know, whenever I just end up having a thing I will decide I want to talk out into the world. However, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they are. Sometimes I might bring them up, but it's not like, you know, they're not problems that can be solved just by talking them out. So sometimes you just bitch to relieve the pressure, you know. It's a oh no, I'm doing an espresso analogy again. You know, it's like you don't want to. It's an OPV valve that sometimes you make use of. OPV valve. That's like ATM machine. I'm pretty sure the Vive is valve. Yeah, I'm just fucking rambling. Funny though, I ended up rambling my way closer to my end time, so I feel a little bit better about it rather than ending 15 minutes early. It's only like 5, give or take. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this off until tomorrow. Am I gonna search up a map for doing this so that I'm not like fucking just wandering around for the first 2 hours of stream? Maybe. I might do that. Just for ease of viewing, you know? But anyway. I will be back 6 in the morning. And I think here's my prediction. So, you know, I think this is clearly going to be the end of Chloe's character quest. And I don't know if... I think one of the ways that Senel possibly stops her is getting in the way of whatever duel they're having. And she realizes, like, okay, I can't... He's going to throw himself into harm's way for my sake. And at least when she stabbed, you know, when she stabbed him before, she was able to, you know, it was her doing it. So she could be a little bit more careful about being like, alright, I'm going to try to stab in a place that I know that, you know, he could be here for a little bit and it's not going to, like, immediately kill him. But if he throws himself into the middle of the fight to try to stop it, she's like, okay, he might die here if I don't back down first, and I can't have that no matter how I feel about, like, me throwing away my ties. Like, she still loves him, clearly. So, she's not gonna let him die for that. So, there's that. I don't know if we get the final, like, closure of the love triangle here. I feel like that's probably still going to be a thing that happens throughout until we get to whatever the end of the Black Mist mystery is, you know? So I don't think that gets resolved here in the next one. But my other prediction is that we're gonna go from Chloe's to... Okay, wait, hold on. Who have we had? So, we've had Will. We had Norma. We had Chloe just now, right? I think... Even though... we teased Moses's... I think we're gonna launch into Jay's. I think it's gonna shoot off in such a way, and it's gonna go, oh, now we go into Jay's character quest. That hasn't been hinted at all. Except for possibly we just have one suddenly where it's like, hey, problems from your past when you were an assassin have popped up, and so now that's going to be part of your character quest, even though he feels the most put together out of everybody. Something's going to happen. And Moses, I think it might actually end up being last. I could be trying to subvert too much. There's too many layers of subversion there. Possibly we get to the end of Chloe's thing tomorrow, and then it's just like, oh, here's Moses, because, you know, we already talked about it. So, but that's the prediction I'm gonna make. I'm gonna say, well, we get to the end of Chloe's thing tomorrow, or hopefully we get to it, at least, because, you know, 4 hours tomorrow. There's no way there's 4 hours more of Chloe's character quest left. I can't imagine that. And then we're gonna launch into Jay's, and it's gonna be like something out of left field. I feel like it's gonna have to connect to his past though, because currently his life on the Legacy, as far as I understand it, it's been pretty good. I'd love to live with the otter people. They're cute. They're adorable. I love them. So it's got to be something from before that he hinted at very briefly when we were talking about possibly having to take out Shirley before we got all that sorted out. But yep. So that's my prediction. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah. A lot of running around this stream. I feel like, I mean, a lot of good story stuff too. Also, the voice actors for Chloe, especially when she was getting very desperate with the conversation between her and Senel, very, very good. Like there was a lot of emotion there. It was very good. And also, I feel like over the course of the game, the voice actor for Senel has really come into his own in a way that is interesting. He seemed a little bland at the beginning, and I don't know if that was on purpose or if just like over the course of, well, they probably didn't like do it chronologically or anything, but I don't know. It feels like he has become more like the voice acting for Senel has become much better as the game has gone on, which kind of coincides with his character growing too. Maybe they did do that on purpose. If they did, that's really good. Only groundbreaking statements here on this channel. All right, I'll see you all in the morning. Bye.